Italy, the land of medieval towns, idyllic landscapes, art, and tradition. They say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But what happens when an entire country is shaped by beauty itself? Imagine soaring above a land with an unmistakable shape, a boot extending into the Mediterranean, surrounded by crystal-clear waters stretching over 7,500 kilometers. This is not just a peninsula. It's an open-air museum, a place where nature has decided to put on a show at every turn. From the majestic peaks of the Alps to the golden beaches of Sardinia, and through the Tuscan hills that look as though they were painted by a Renaissance artist, Italy offers every imaginable landscape. And as if nature wasn't enough, humankind has left its mark here as well. With 60 UNESCO sites, 4,000 museums, and an artistic heritage representing 70% of the world's total, Italy is a treasure trove of culture and history. Numbers that could make anyone's head spin. Italy is also a land of unique cultural richness, a mosaic of 20 regions, each with such a strong identity that its residents often introduce themselves first as Tuscan, Sicilian, or Venetian, and only later as Italian. Each region fiercely preserves its own dialect, traditions, and above all, its culinary heritage. Here, history isn't confined to museums, despite having over 50,000 archaeological sites, but lives on in the streets of still inhabited medieval towns like San Gimignano, Siena, or Gubbio. It thrives in the ancient olive trees of Puglia, some of which, at 2,000 years old, still patiently produce olives. The connection to the land is sacred in this nation. Italy has surpassed France as the world's largest wine producer and boasts unmatched wine biodiversity, with over 350 native grape varieties. The zero-kilometer philosophy isn't just a fleeting trend. It's a genuine way of life, with each region proudly defending its specialties in a culinary tradition that has conquered the world. Speaking of culinary conquests, one story perfectly embodies Italian creativity: the creation of pizza margherita. Born in 1889 from the skilled hands of Neapolitan pizza maker Raffaele Esposito, this iconic dish has become a national symbol, with its colors: red tomatoes, white mozzarella, and green basil, reflecting the Italian flag. But Italian excellence extends far beyond cuisine. Made in Italy is synonymous with quality worldwide. Whether in high fashion, industrial design, furniture, or luxury cars, this brand represents centuries of artisanal tradition and an innate sense of beauty. In Italy, beauty permeates every aspect of daily life, even social bonds. Family remains the cornerstone of Italian society, with Sunday lunch being a sacred and untouchable ritual, and family ties often taking precedence over social conventions. And then there's football, a passion that transcends the sport itself. During major derbies such as those in Milan or Rome, cities come to a standstill, transforming into arenas for epic sporting battles that unite and divide with incredible intensity. Welcome to Italy, where beauty is never a coincidence but the result of millennia of history, art, and passion. This beauty is preserved and celebrated daily by a people who have made excellence their hallmark. Now let's explore its most beautiful and iconic places, starting with one of the most beloved regions in the entire nation. Val di Orcia. In the heart of Tuscany lies a land where rolling hills stretch endlessly, one after another. Ancient cypress trees stand solitary atop the peaks, while medieval villages rise proudly in the distance, perched on the heights. This unique treasure is so exceptional that UNESCO has recognized it as a World Heritage Site. Among these hills, Pienza and Montalcino stand as timeless witnesses to a bygone era, preserving their medieval charm and essence. In Bagno Vignoni, another ancient village, a thermal pool rises from underground, its warm waters forming a natural mirror surrounded by centuries-old buildings. Val di Orcia transforms with the changing seasons. In summer, the fields turn into golden waves. Autumn paints the land with warm, earthy tones, and spring awakens the vibrant green of the meadows. This region invites exploration, whether by car, bicycle, or on foot. It's a place where time flows gently, where the flavors and traditions of the most authentic Tuscany remain untouched and alive. Lake Braies. Nestled in the heart of the South Tyrol Dolomites lies one of Italy's most breathtaking lakes. Lake Braies, situated at an altitude of 1,496 meters, is surrounded by towering rocky walls. Its waters shimmer with an intense green hue, while the crystal-clear surface reflects the majestic mountains above. A path encircles the entire lake, offering visitors the chance to admire this natural wonder from every angle. In summer, hikers explore the trails that wind through the area, while in winter, plunging temperatures freeze the lake into a thick, solid sheet of ice. Lake Braies has become one of the most photographed spots in the Dolomites. Yet, despite its popularity and the growing number of visitors, it retains its intimate and serene atmosphere. The silence of the mountains and the gentle sounds of water remain the dominant forces here, providing visitors with a rare opportunity to connect deeply with the raw beauty of the alpine wilderness. Siena. Perched on the Tuscan hills, Siena is a medieval gem where time stands still. Twice a year, the Palio horse race fills Piazza del Campo with excitement as city districts compete in this centuries-old tradition. The city's winding streets lead to Piazza del Campo, home to the Palazzo Pubblico and the Torre del Mangia. Overlooking it all is the stunning cathedral, clad in black and white marble, with its interiors showcasing masterpieces and intricate marble floors. Siena's artisans still craft panforte, a traditional sweet, keeping the city's rich heritage alive. Palermo. In southern Italy lies Palermo, a city shaped by centuries of cultural exchange across 3 continents. The Norman Palace, with its Palatine chapel adorned in Byzantine mosaics, dominates the historic center. The cathedral blends Arab, Norman, and Baroque styles, reflecting its layered history. To the north, Mondello Beach offers locals a summer escape with its golden sands and Mediterranean waters. At the city's heart stands Teatro Massimo, Italy's largest opera house. Palermo's streets buzz with life, locals gather in squares, sip espresso at historic cafes, enjoy artisanal gelato, and chat late into the night, embodying the city's vibrant spirit. 5. Assisi. Nestled in Umbria's hills, Assisi is a city shaped by Saint Francis, who preached love and poverty 800 years ago. The Basilica, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, features 2 levels adorned with Giotto's powerful frescoes depicting the saint's life. In Piazza del Comune, the Temple of Minerva retains its Roman facade, while medieval fortresses overlook the city. Stone streets wind through the historic center, revealing ancient churches and beautifully preserved medieval palaces at every turn. Lake Garda. Italy's largest lake, Lake Garda, spans 3 regions: Lombardy, Veneto, and Trentino Alto Adige. In the north, towering mountains rise dramatically from the water, attracting windsurfers and sailors year-round. The eastern shores boast a Mediterranean climate, with olive groves and historic lemon houses producing the renowned Garda lemons. To the south, the landscape softens into rolling hills and sandy beaches. Surrounding the lake are medieval castles, Roman villas, and charming ports, revealing its rich history and timeless beauty. Procida. In the Gulf of Naples, Procida is a small island bursting with charm. Its vibrant houses in pink, yellow, and azure-lined Marina Corusella, the island's lively heart, where fishing boats bring in fresh catch for local restaurants daily. Hidden among its streets are ancient churches, private gardens, and artisan workshops preserving traditions. At the island's peak lies Terra Murata, with its historic walls and the Abbey of San Michele offering stunning views of the Gulf of Naples. Turin, a city rich in history, is laid out in an orderly grid of streets lined with arcades. The iconic Mole Antonelliana towers over the historic center, with the Alps providing a stunning backdrop. Once industrial, Turin now thrives with cultural centers, film studios, and research hubs. Markets brim with local products, and taverns serve classic Piedmontese cuisine. The Egyptian Museum boasts one of the world's largest collections, while Valentino Park along the Po River offers a peaceful escape. Blending aristocratic charm with modern innovation, Turin bridges its past and future seamlessly. Cinque Terre. On the Ligurian coast, 5 picturesque villages, Rio Maggiore, Manarola, Corniglia, Vernazza and Monterosso, make up the UNESCO-protected Cinque Terre. Terraced vineyards climb steep slopes, while colorful houses stack atop one another along the cliffs. A network of trails links the villages, offering breathtaking views of the Ligurian Sea. Small ports, local wineries and restaurants serving traditional Genoese pesto complete the charm of this unique destination. Urbino. Nestled in the Marche region at 1,590 feet, Urbino is a Renaissance treasure with a UNESCO-protected historic center. The majestic ducal palace with its iconic towers houses precious marbles and artworks, once serving as a hub of European culture in the 15th century. Urbino is also the birthplace of Raphael, whose childhood home is now a museum celebrating his life and works. The city's red brick streets wind across different levels, connected by stairs and ramps, glowing beautifully under the sun. Naples. In southern Italy, Naples is a vibrant metropolis of 3 million people, stretching from the sea to the slopes of Mount Vesuvius, with a history spanning 3 millennia. The UNESCO-protected historic center showcases layers of history, with Baroque palaces on Greek foundations and medieval churches hiding Byzantine frescoes. Nearby, Pompeii and Herculaneum, preserved under Vesuvius's ashes for 2,000 years, offer a glimpse into ancient Roman life. Naples is also the birthplace of culinary icons. Wood-fired pizza, slow-cooked ragu warm sfogliatelle, and espresso enjoyed standing at the bar. The city's soul thrives in its popular neighborhoods, where laundry hangs between buildings, children play in squares, and elders gather on streets. Along the seafront, Art Nouveau villas overlook the stunning Gulf of Naples, completing the city's timeless charm. Aeolian Islands. Off the coast of Sicily, the Aeolian Islands are a group of 7 volcanic islands shaped by millennia of eruptions. Volcano is known for its sulfuric vapors, bubbling mud pools, and natural thermal springs. Stromboli, towering 3,031 feet above the sea, offers dramatic eruptions every 20 minutes. Lipari boasts white pumice beaches and striking black obsidian quarries, remnants of ancient volcanic activity. The surrounding sea plunges to great depths, hosting Posidonia meadows and vibrant Mediterranean marine life, making the islands a breathtaking blend of natural beauty and geological wonder. Bologna. Bologna, known for its towers and porticos, holds centuries of history within its medieval walls. The city boasts 25 miles of porticos, offering shelter along its streets. In Piazza Maggiore, the Basilica of San Petronio stands tall at 433 feet, with its unique facade of white marble and red brick. The iconic Asinelli Tower, rising over 318 feet, has dominated the skyline since medieval times. Bologna is also home to the world's oldest university, founded in 1088, filling the city with students and classrooms housed in ancient palaces. In the Quadrilatero district, shops prepare fresh pasta daily, with tagliatelle al ragu standing as Bologna's signature dish. The city's blend of history, culture, and culinary tradition makes it a true Italian gem. Ischia. Ischia, a volcanic island in the Gulf of Naples, is renowned for its natural thermal springs, with over 100 springs reaching temperatures of up to 194 degrees Fahrenheit. The island's therapeutic waters have made it a wellness destination for centuries. Rising from the sea, the Aragonese castle sits atop a volcanic rock islet, connected to the mainland by a stone bridge. From its summit, visitors can enjoy breathtaking views of the entire Gulf of Naples. Ischia's coastline is equally captivating, with miles of beaches featuring volcanic sand, rocky coves, and warm waters heated by submarine springs, making it a paradise for relaxation and natural beauty. Florence. Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance, is home to masterpieces by Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Botticelli. The Duomo, with Brunelleschi's 380-foot dome, and the 700-year-old Ponte Vecchio are iconic landmarks. The Uffizi Gallery holds the world's largest Renaissance art collection, while Palazzo Pitti showcases Medici treasures. Florence's artisans craft leather and marble by hand, and trattorias serve traditional Florentine steak, embodying the city's rich heritage. Gargano. In southern Italy, Gargano overlooks the Adriatic with 124 miles of stunning coastline. Golden beaches blend with towering white cliffs, where the sea has sculpted limestone caves. Inland lies the Umber Forest, home to 131-foot beech trees, some over 300 years old. The charming villages of Vieste and Pesciasai sit atop cliffs, featuring white houses and winding alleys. At Monte Sant'Angelo, the 1,500-year-old sanctuary and its sacred cave, 2,625 feet deep, continue to draw pilgrims and visitors alike. Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast stretches 31 miles along the Tyrrhenian Sea, with UNESCO protection for its dramatic mountains rising 4,593 feet above the sea. Terraced slopes host lemon groves producing massive lemons up to 2 pounds. Amalfi stands out with its majestic cathedral and iconic staircase, while Positano clings to the sea and Ravello overlooks from the heights. Houses rise vertically on steep slopes, and lively squares provide gathering spaces. Local cuisine features dishes like gnocchi alla sorrentina and homemade limoncello. In summer, Ravello's music festival fills historic villas with enchanting concerts. Lake Orta. Hidden in Piedmont, Lake Orta is one of Italy's smallest lakes. Nestled in a 469-foot deep glacial valley, its crystal-clear waters reveal the bottom up to 26 feet deep, while surrounding mountains shield it from strong winds. At its center lies the island of San Giulio, home to a Benedictine monastery inhabited by cloistered nuns for over 1,000 years. Orta San Giulio, a charming village on a promontory, features medieval houses and stone streets leading to its main square. Quieter than nearby lakes, Lake Orta remains a serene escape where nature thrives and traditions endure. Trieste. Located at the border of Italy and Slovenia, Trieste blends diverse cultures, with Austrian and Venetian influences. Piazza Unita d'Italia, the city's heart, opens onto the Adriatic Sea, surrounded by imperial buildings on 3 sides and the water on the 4th. Miramare Castle stands on a rocky promontory, its 19th-century interiors intact, and its botanical park featuring rare global species. Historic cafes with marble tables and antique mirrors preserve a timeless charm, while the Bora wind sweeps the Gulf at over 62 miles per hour, clearing the skies. Langhe. In southern Piedmont, the Langhe spans 772 square miles of ancient hills blanketed by vineyards. Nebbiolo grapes, cultivated here for 500 years, ripen slowly until October, then age in oak barrels in Barolo and Barbaresco cellars. Medieval castles crown the hills, now home to wine shops and museums. Alba, the gastronomic heart of the region, showcases Langhe cuisine using local ingredients. From October to December, truffle hunters seek the prized white truffle, whose rich aroma draws chefs worldwide.